So welcome everyone. Today we'll walk through a complete MVC authentication system built in CodeIgniter 4. This demo will cover how controllers, models, views, and libraries work together for registration, email verification, login, password reset, and session-based authentication. All requests start from routes. For example, auth register maps to the request method in the auth controller. Post requests go to process register. The same applies for login, forget password, reset password, and email verification. In short, flow is route to controller, to model, and to view. Controllers handle business logic and validation, models talk to the database, and views render clean HTML templates.
The heart of our system is the auth controller. This file manages every step of authentication from showing forms to validating input to calling the user model for database operations. Let's look at the methods. The register, login, forgot password, and reset password methods are simple. They just render the corresponding views. Here's process register. This one does the heavy lifting. First, it validates fields. Name must be at least 3 characters, email must be unique, and password must meet complexity requirements. If validation fails, errors are passed back to the view and they appear right under the input fields. If validation succeeds, it creates the user record through the user model, generates a 6-digit verification code, and calls our email service to send it through Gmail SMTP. Then, the user is redirected to the verification form. Next, process login. It validates the email and password, finds the user by email, and checks the password with password verified. If the account is not verified yet, the system is automatically resends the code and redirects them to verification. If verified, it sets a session flag called isLoggedIn and redirects to the dashboard. Forgot password works almost the same way. The user enters their email, the system generates a new code, sends it, and after verification, lets the user reset the password. Process reset password enforces the same complexity rules as registration, and once successful, clears the reset token so it can't be reused. Finally, the dashboard controller. It's small but important. Before rendering, it checks if the session is logged in. If not, the user is bounced back to login. This ensures only authenticated users can access protected pages. So overall, the controllers act as traffic cops. They validate input, call the user model, sends emails when needed, and decide which view to render next. They never directly touch the database or handle raw HTML. That separation is what makes CodeIgniter's MVC pattern so clean.
Now, let's look at the model layer. In CodeIgniter, models should only deal with the database. That means no business rules, no email sending, and no validation logic here. Only CRUD operations. This keeps our MVC architecture clean and maintainable. Our user model specifies the user's table and allowed fields that prevent mass assignment issues because only whitelisted fields can be written. It also defines callbacks that automatically hash password with password underscore hash method before saving. That means even if a controller forgets to hash a password, the model guarantees it. This is a key security safeguard. So if a user registered with the password secret123, it never touches the database in plain text. Instead, it converted it into a long bcrypt hash starting with $, $2Y. Later, during login, we check it with password underscore verify method. The user's table itself is designed for authentication. It has name, email, password, email verification fields, temporary codes with expiration, and receipt tokens. All time-based fields are the datetime, so we can easily enforce expiration. Here's a live example. A user row after registration. Notice the password column has a bcrypt hash. Email underscore verified is a 0 initially, and a verification code plus expiry timestamp are set. Once verified, email underscore verified flips to 1 and the code clears. In short, modules give us clean, reusable database operations. bcrypt protects users' credential, and the schema itself enforces everything we need for the secure authentication.
Our views are pure HTML templates with bootstrap styling. They don't contain logic, just form fields and blocks for displaying validation errors. Each form has field level error message, so if validation fails, the user sees exactly what went wrong. For email, we use PHP mailer. With Gmail is MTP, the email services library builds an HTML email with a 6 digits code. It works for both registration and passwords, receipt flows. Credentials are stored in .env for security.
Hello. So let's start by doing a live presentation of our system, but before we do that, let us first initialize CodeIgniter on our PC. And to do that, we need to open command prompt and go to our project directory, which mine is project root. There we go. And with the command php spark serve, this will start CodeIgniter on our device. And as you can see, CodeIgniter has given us a address to run our website. So all we need to do is just control click this, and there we go. So our system is very basic in terms of UI design, but we've implemented various features that would consider it to be a functional login page. So let's try first by logging in with an account that isn't registered yet. So let's try logging in. So as you can see, it says invalid email or password. That's because our account, the account that we tried to log in with, isn't in the tables, in the users table. So let's create an account first. So the transfer mode, the Gmail password. It's already I thingy, so you can double check if you've misclicked while typing your password. So let's hit register. So by clicking register, PHP mailer will send a 6-digit verification code to whatever Gmail that you've given the system. So we already have the Gmail opened here. So, and from our inboxes, we've received the Gmail verification code. So all we need to do is copy this, and there you go. So our email is verified, and now we can log in. But what if you forgot your password? So we also have a forgot password feature, which all you need to do is input the Gmail that you've given the system. So you all need to wait for a bit. So there we go, a verification code has been sent to your Gmail inbox. So let's go back to our Gmail. So there we go. So This is the password reset code. Give it to the system again, and it will ask for a new password so that we can update our old password. So let's give it this. And there we go. We just reset our password, so password reset successful. So now we can log in. So this is the inside of our system. It's very basic. There's really nothing you can do here. You can log out, that's all. So there we go. Then from the system, this is our database. This is the MVC all system database with only the users table. As you can see, the password that we given is hashed in a bicrypt system. So we have a email verified column which stores if the email that you've given is verified or not, and the verification code, and of course the verification expires after 15 minutes, and the reset token for if you've forgotten your password, and of course this one also for the reset code, and expires also at the 15 minutes. So we have date and updated for if you've tried to update your password, it will show the date and time on when you've updated your account. So we have the ID, the name, and I think that's all.
To recap, this system enforces strong server-side validation, strict password policy, bcrypt hashing, and session-based route protection. Verification codes are 6 digits, expire in 15 minutes, and are cleared once used. The architecture follows MVC, controllers for logic, models for database, and views for templates. The flow is register to log in, to verify, to log in, dashboard, and log out, with forgot to verify to reset as an extra path. And in that database, we can prove security. Passwords are hashed, email verification flags toggle correctly, and temporary tokens are managed safely. This is a solid production-ready foundation for authentication.